Hey everyone, and welcome back to King's Advisors. Today we have a new trailer from Masters of the Air, the story of the 100th Bomber Group that Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg are doing for Apple TV, much like they did the Pacific and Banner Brothers for HBO. So let's take a look at it and see what we see from it. Here we go.
What's the move? What's the move? We lead our boys through.
So you're happy?
A girl worth riding to is hard to find.
Not if you know where to look.
I'll miss you every second.
Major Egan, you were the first pilot assigned to the 100th.
Me and Buck Levin.
You are in charge of 35 planes and 350 air crewmen.
Don't you die on me before I get over there. Something big is brewing.
The 8th will be sending up the largest air armada ever assembled in the history of mankind.
Straight into Hitler's territory.
We need complete and total air superiority. That's the mission.
What?
You might be the last pretty face I ever see.
What's the move? We lead our boys through.
All that we do, day in, day out, does something to a guy, doesn't it? We're here to fight the monsters. The things these people are capable of. And they got it coming. Trust me.
Lord, guard and guide the men who fly through the great spaces of the sky.
Are we Tuskegee men or what?
Be with them traversing the air in darkening storms or sunshine fair.
I think we may be done. We are going to sit here and take it. We're going to stick with our mission as long as we can fly.
We won't go without a fight.
Okay, so I have some thoughts about that. First off, absolutely beautiful shot of B-17s. I mean, I can't get over just how beautiful some of these wide shots are. So, one thing I will say is I feel like this trailer really does help explain more about what this story is going to be. And it looks to me like we're going to have three different stories throughout this show. So, it's a 9-part series. And it doesn't look like it's going to be 3 episodes of one, 3 episodes of the other, and 3 episodes of the other. I doubt that's how they do it. They're probably going to interchange the storyline throughout every episode. What you can tell that there's definitely going to be a storyline about the 100th Bomber Group. Who are these guys? These guys are most definitely the 100th Bomber Group, and their big thing is known as Big Week. It was a almost 24/7 bombing cycle of German factories during World War II, during late World War II, about 1944, I believe. Then the other storyline is going to involve the Tuskegee Airmen, which you see clearly right here. Hang on. Right here. So the issue that I had with the original trailer was that it looked like we were going to get the Tuskegee Airmen working with the 100th Bomber Group, which I had someone in the comments on my last video about this say they did, but I have since been told they did not. My belief is that the reason the show is now called Masters of the Air instead of the Mighty 8th is because they're not just going to focus on the Mighty 8th Air Force. They're going to focus on the 100th Bomber Group, who I believe is one of the most decorated bomber groups of World War II, and the Tuskegee Airmen. The 332nd are one of the most decorated fighter groups in World War II. So one of the things that helps with this idea that it's going to be different stories is you can see here on the map behind this gentleman that Milan is clearly labeled, which makes this behind his shoulder Italy. So that tracks with what the 332nd were doing. The 332nd were stationed out of Italy, and they were flying bomber escort for uh, bomber groups heading towards Germany this way, while the Mighty Eighth were coming from the UK coming this way. That's one reason why I believe it'll be different stories. The other is, and I expect we're going to see one of these people get one or most crew of a one of the bombers get captured, because this is clearly a train most likely heading to Auschwitz. Um, maybe not Auschwitz. It would make more sense that it would be something else. I don't know the whole story of the 100th Bomber Group, so I don't know if this is taking the story of another character, another person, and putting it in this. But this is clearly a POW watching the trains heading to what I would assume is Auschwitz. And then here at the end, we can see that this is a POW camp, or so maybe a POW camp. It could be a worker camp. It could be a concentration camp. And so they're POWs, and they are being rescued possibly by these bombers. Now, my belief is that actually what's going on here is some sort of friendly fire thing, which is why he's running with the American flag, probably to raise it so that the fighters will see that they're Americans. My January 26th, can't wait. The dogfighting scenes right here. Let's just play through it real quick. I think it looks incredible. I spoke in the last video about being a little annoyed that the original trailer years ago made it look like it was 1,000 to 1 odds almost. And from what I can see, this looks pretty good. You know, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That might be 1, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm only counting maybe less than 20 Stukas. Now that's in this image. You know, if the camera pans to look over here, maybe there's a lot more. But it looks much more reasonable to what it would have been other than, 1,000 to 1 odds. So that's a big upgrade that I'm enjoying. I like this. There's a romance in being a pilot in World War II. The stories we always hear, they were cool people. Everyone wanted to be a pilot. And so this scene, I'm gonna play it again. Let's rewind a little bit.
What?
You might be the last pretty face I ever see.
That's just such a relatable experience. I feel like that, you're going to go into war. He could be a tail gunner, he could be a pilot, he could be one of the bomber crew. But it's so true that she might be the last girl he ever sees. And I imagine he probably asked her for a kiss prior to this. So this trailer, I feel like, does a lot to pull the story together. There's clearly going to be something between Austin Butler's character and this guy. There's going to be a brotherhood bond. It sounds like they either entered together, or one of them went to air school first and told the other one, "Yo, come be a pilot." So I'm excited. There's absolutely nothing in this trailer that makes me think they're not going to get right. I will say I'm a little disappointed that it looks like the Tuskegee story is going to be told in this. Like I said in the past, I think it's worthy of its own show. And I do feel like one of the struggles of the Pacific was that it told too many stories and it didn't focus on just one person. And I was kind of hoping that's what we would get with this. I was hoping we would just get the story of the 100th Bomber Group. Doesn't look like we are. Looks like we're going to get the story of the 100th and the 332nd, which I will say again does make sense with the title. I am hoping to do some sort of review either of the every episode or some of the episodes after they come out. It might be via a live stream. It might be a released video. I haven't really decided yet. We're a little bit away, so I got some time to figure that out. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe, and follow us on Twitter at KingsAdvisors_.